On September 4, 2023, ESPN senior baseball writer Jeff Passan tweeted that LA Dodgers pitcher Julio Urias had been arrested the previous night for felony domestic violence. The left-handed Dodgers pitcher has since been placed on administrative leave by MLB. He was scheduled to appear in court on September 27th but did not show. This is not the first time MLB has had to place Urias on administrative leave while it conducts an investigation. The same thing happened in 2019. Urias was accused of domestic battery. He was never charged, but MLB still found that Urias violated the league's domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse policy. He was suspended for 20 games. His second arrest leaves some questions, such as, why did Urias receive a second chance, and why did he waste it? What is a domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse policy? Why did MLB wait until 2015 to introduce it? How effective is it in preventing players from committing domestic violence? How reliable is it for MLB families? This video seeks to answer those questions. Content warning. This video includes depictions of violence against women. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. According to the New York Post, Urias was arrested late in the evening on September 3rd by Los Angeles Department of Public Safety officers on suspicion of corporal injury on a spouse or cohabitant. He posted a $50,000 bail the following morning. He has since been placed on administrative leave by the league. The Dodgers, without one of their key starters, were swept by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League Division Series. According to the New York Post and other news outlets, eyewitnesses saw Urias push a woman into a fence outside BMO Stadium, where Lionel Messi and Inter Miami played a soccer match against LAFC. According to one officer's report, stadium employees broke up the incident before Urias and the woman both went into a car, where things once again became heated. DPS officers arrived and pulled Urias and the woman out of the car. Urias was arrested. According to another officer's report, one witness recorded the incident on a cell phone. The franchise issued a statement on September 4th that read, "We are aware of an incident involving Julio Urias. While we attempt to learn all the facts, he will not be traveling with the team." The Dodgers were scheduled to begin a 6-game East Coast road trip the following day. Urias is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. He has that right. If convicted, he's thrown his last pitch in a Dodgers uniform and likely in all of Major League Baseball. Urias was suspended under this policy once, in 2019, when he was accused of pushing a woman to the ground. According to news reports, the woman he allegedly pushed told authorities she fell and didn't press charges, yet MLB still punished him. Was that not enough to deter a future incident? It appears not. MLB introduced its domestic violence policy in 2015. It was agreed to by both MLB and the Players Union and was hailed as a triumph. MLB Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark said domestic violence has no place in our society. According to Clark, "We are hopeful that this new comprehensive, collectively bargained policy will deter future violence, promote victim safety, and serve as a step toward a better understanding of the causes and consequences of domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse." Since 2016, however, the league has suspended 17 players for violating the policy. This includes accusations, charges, and convictions. All-Star closer Aroldis Chapman was the first to be suspended under the new policy. He was suspended for 30 games in March 2016. The suspension stemmed from a 2015 incident where Chapman was accused by his girlfriend of choking her and pushing her against the wall, and of firing 8 gunshots inside his Davie, Florida home. In December of that year, the Cincinnati Reds had a trade in place to send Chapman to the Dodgers. The trade was nixed after Jeff Passan, working for Yahoo Sports at the time, and Tim Brown, uncovered a police report showing his girlfriend accusing him of domestic violence and discharging 8 bullets from a firearm inside his garage. One of those bullets went through an open window and landed in a nearby field. 3 weeks after the allegations became public, the Reds traded Chapman to the New York Yankees. After the trade was announced, Yankees GM Brian Cashman told MLB.com he understood the risk involved with acquiring Chapman and said, quote, "There are some serious issues here that are at play." The league concluded its investigation several weeks later and concluded he had violated the new policy, despite Broward County, Florida, deciding not to prosecute him. I'd like to take a moment to unpack this. Chapman issued an apology for using a firearm. He said he used bad judgment when he fired 8 rounds inside his garage. However, he added in his apology that he didn't harm his girlfriend. He doubled down on that by saying he wanted to make that part very clear. Let's assume that Chapman never placed his hands on his girlfriend. He admitted to firing a gun. His actions caused harm. If the two were arguing and he pulled out a weapon, that's intimidation. Imagine being in a heated argument with someone and they brandish a weapon. They did that to intimidate you. That is abuse. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, domestic violence is a pattern of abusive behavior in any relationship that one partner uses to gain or maintain power and control over another intimate partner. These can be physical, sexual, emotional, economic, psychological, or technological actions, threats of any of these actions, or other patterns of coercive behavior that influence another person within an intimate partner relationship. This includes any behaviors that intimidate, manipulate, humiliate, isolate, frighten, terrorize, coerce, threaten, blame, hurt, injure, or wound someone. This is a clear description of the issue. How was Chapman not charged and convicted of anything from this incident? In my opinion, Broward County failed to serve justice. It's also my opinion that MLB failed. The league had an opportunity to make an example for future policy violations and fell well short of the mark. When a Major League ball player is accused of a crime, the league conducts an internal investigation. MLB found something in its investigation and suspended him. His very next action was apologizing for firing a gun. His actions caused harm. What if one of those bullets had struck his girlfriend? What if he accidentally shot himself? What if a kid were standing outside that window, trying to get an up-close look at a big league pitcher who throws a 108-mile-per-hour fastball? This incident resulted in no injuries, but this no doubt left an impact on her. Around the same time, MLB was suspending players for 50 games for first-time PED violations. Suspending Chapman for 30 games sent a message, even if unintentionally, that using performance-enhancing drugs is a worse crime than harming an intimate partner. That is disappointing. Since that time, more players have been accused of domestic violence. Jose Reyes was found to have violated the domestic violence policy and was suspended for 51 games. Reyes was accused of grabbing his wife by the throat and shoving her into a sliding glass door while they vacationed in Hawaii. The case was dropped to his wife not cooperating. In 2017, Addison Russell was accused of domestic abuse by his ex-wife Melissa Reedy. She never named Russell in her Instagram post, but shared multiple instances of emotional and physical abuse. MLB placed Russell on administrative leave and he denied the allegations in a statement, saying, "Any allegation I have abused my wife is false and hurtful. For the well-being of my family, I'll have no further comment." After an investigation, MLB found that Russell violated the policy and suspended him 40 games. MLB has yet to announce if Urias violated the policy a second time. The latest news on the situation is that Urias did not go to his court hearing because he was accused by a witness and not directly by the victim. He is still on administrative leave, and next steps in his legal case are not yet known. Urias is set to become a free agent after the conclusion of the postseason, but his future appears to be bleak at best. The Dodgers have removed any references to Urias from Dodger Stadium. It's difficult to imagine another team taking a chance on a two-time violator of MLB's domestic violence policy.